And there we go. All right, well, welcome back. And so, last time around, you all managed to escape the rehabilitation center and hop onto. Ouch! Hi, cats. And managed to catch a shuttle out to a village just to the north. As the shuttle sets down on the ground, the bus driver, the robotic bus driver that had the shuttle's flight, sits down, turns, and tips a very non existent hat towards you and says, "Thank you for your patriotic hard work today. This shuttle will return to this stop tomorrow at R600 local standard time to pick you up for your next work shift. Remember, it is undemocratic to be late. Have a good evening." And you sit down at the edge of the little fishing village. It is early evening. You see relatively primitive settlements. The places around here look almost squalid, much worse than anything that you'd seen on your home planets. All of you, despite having been level 10s, come from, relatively affluent planets, and so your lives had been relatively, if not good, sufficiently tolerable. The pathway that you are put out on has a large hill from the top of which you hear some loud snoring. Off to the east, you see what appears to be some very fresh blood on the side of the hill, and then drag marks going up a side pathway. To your south, you see lights flickering in the town center, noises coming from the two large halls, and the thunderous crash of a quick moving river moving through the center. And it is your choice as to how you proceed.
Did our new friend leave with us?
Yes, the Mystic Kashana is also with you. She doesn't really have anywhere to go herself, and frankly, she kind of sees y'all as a little bit of protectors.
Kind of figured. Okay, so that is her.
Yes, that'd be right here is your current tag along.
Hmm. Okay, I can
Hmm.
see a very, very narrow strip of the city or the village. I see a lot of, I guess, they're trees or whatnot. Cause I got a lot of intermittent shadows. It looks really cool,
Yes,
zoomed in.
the shadows are the little shadow spikes from the trees. A lot of your view is currently blocked by the hill in front of you, and
Hmm.
you can see that it looks like everybody is currently indoors, uh, except potentially for the snoring from the top of the hill. That appears to be about a half-height wall, almost like it were a lookout tower, or at least a lookout kids fort.
I mean, we should probably check out what the blood is and then go check on Sleeping Beauty.
I mean, the bear in me is very interested in the blood. I would think that our best interest would just be to start putting distance between us and the prison, regardless. However, my character's wisdom is a 7, so the blood might win.
Why don't you go ahead, Locke, and make a survival roll, please? a good start. While you are definitely interested in the blood, you are in fact smart enough to realize that you should probably be figuring out some way of getting out of the general area. Right now, you don't particularly know where you are. You know you're on the edge of the. I'm going to throw you back to the map. You know that you are currently on an inlet, but don't know too much about what else is beyond there. You may be able to find additional information in the village. You should probably all roll a culture roll. This will be DPRP related, so you will all receive +2 bonuses.
Yay.
Right, and
I didn't put my bonus in.
that's fine, even with
Not
your
that it would have
bonuses.
mattered.
Roy and Tali, you absolutely do not recognize anything locally. You don't recognize the flora, the fauna, the smells, the sights. None of this is registering. However, Bartholomew, your heightened nose is definitely telling you that the water that you are nearby is in fact salt water, and so at some point this inlet does connect to the sea. And let me
I will relay that information.
Did I really roll in that one?
You did indeed, which is really
Yes.
impressive that you still got a 10.
I have a +9 to culture.
Yeah, I don't have
I mean-
culture.
Maeve and I rolled the exact same with a 4. I just have a +12.
I have a +9, and even with your +2 or whatever, that's still only 12.
Yeah, I was looking for a DC 15 to be able to pick up that kind of local knowledge there.
Okay.
So, all of you know that most cities and towns within Procyon will generally have a large party hall where party members, as well as the aspirants who would like to move up in the world, generally congregate.
Yeah.
These are known as the Order of the Double Eagles. You also know that not everybody in the city is always going to be a party member. So very Chinese in terms of membership.
So you gotta look the part.
The party members are going to look at you with a much more discerning eye than non-party members.
Gotcha.
Though how to identify them, well, that's your problem.
Apparently, I'm not identifying anything, so don't look this way.
So, as part of your line of sight, you do occasionally see within the shadows the tiny little spikes of light going into it. You recognize those as houses, and those are windows looking in. So, for example, here to the south side of the hill is a house with a window that you can partially see in. And all of the houses and buildings around here, except for... Never mind, you can't see that. Currently have windows and lights. You are able to, at the end of the eastbound pathway, you see a building that is completely dark, however. But most other buildings that you see currently have lights within.
And that's
Well,
where
yeah.
the blood goes.
And the blood does indeed go up. You also see drag marks along portions of the dirt going up to the unlit house.
Can I identify an idea of like if this was like an animal kill or something else?
Go ahead and make a. Let's see. I guess it would be a medicine roll.
Medicine, not survival? That's okay. I've actually got both of them at the same, I
Yeah, I
think.
was gonna say.
So,
I think your medicine might be. Uh,
I
yeah, they're both
assist.
the same there. Uh,
ugh.
okay. Maeve, you are not able to tell if it was, anything particularly specific. Based on the blood spatters, it would appear to have been significant blunt force trauma, but aside from that, you can't tell anything. Locke, you did also have a medical skill,
So do I. My
and
survival is higher though.
and yeah, this wouldn't be survival. You're trying to figure out the origin of the blood here. Okay, and the both of you together, putting your heads together, you are able to determine not necessarily what species it is. You do determine that it's approximately human-sized, whatever it is, and you are able to find some handprints on the wall that make it look like somebody or something was put up against the wall and then repeatedly beaten prior to being drug along the path.
Oof.
Well, they weren't happy about it.
Yeah.
That's for
Should I sneak up and see what's going on with this little lookout type thing, or
You certainly can. Go
want to get
ahead
some
and make.
information?
Go.
I'm asking the guy. I'm asking the group here.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I
Like,
don't know who's
hey
got the
guys, should I go here and see what's going on with this?
who
I'm not
has the
sure I
better
want to go into the town without knowing a little bit about what the hell is going on here.
who has the better stealth.
That might be me.
Oh,
I have a plus 11.
I got 14.
holy shit.
Yep.
All right, that's on you.
I guess I will try to be sneaky, sneaky up to the tower.
And fortunately, as you sneak up, the guy on top is a very old man. Looks like he's lived an extremely hard life. Just out cold, snoring, laying on one of the pallets that's sitting there. A low fire slowly burns in front of him.
Wait, a big ass bear is our most stealthy?
Yes.
He's practiced on a lot of picnic baskets.
Apparently.
I say, bitch, better have my honey.
And as you sneak up, the old man kind of groggily rolls over but remains asleep. And from your viewpoint, you can look into town and you are able to see. I can't quite remove the shadows, but I will go ahead and point out important landmarks. To your south, you see what appears to be a. I'll go ahead and move that out of the shadow. A storage hall or some sort of collection area. Over towards the village center is. Come on, click already. Is indeed the Double Eagles Lodge, where the party members enjoy hanging out. To the south, at the distant end of the village, you are guessing it's probably a tavern or some sort of inn/bar. It looks like the sort of place where travelers might bed down for the night. As well as, let's see, 6 houses surrounding the center. all of which have lights on inside. And then one house on the outskirts right next to the hill you're standing on, and an area that appears to be the town blacksmith, as well as the blacksmith's house.
Do we really want to go into town?
Come
I don't
back
know.
down the
We
hill,
don't.
relay information.
Because it didn't sound like a friendly town.
Well, we're standing next to a pool of blood where somebody looks like they got the shit beat out of them and dragged out. They may or may not still be breathing. They got a lookout like tower. We don't know anything about the planet. So, I mean, we have a bear, but there may be worse things out here. And we also have, well, we took a couple of duffel bags with like clothing, gear, and stuff like that. So we've got some stuff, but we don't have like a tent or anything amazing. Don't think we need a really big boat if we were going to try using a boat, since Mr. Picnic Basket ain't light. Uh, I don't know. It depends on how much intel you want, or do you want to just strike out in a random direction and say la vie?
If we investigate this blood trail, I see one of two things happening. Either the guard or somebody wakes up, sees the trail, follows it, and finds us over a dead body. Or we become local heroes because we save whoever may be injured. It's kind of a coin toss of great or horrible. Um, if we leave by water, it seems like kind of a narrow inlet, so a relatively small area to focus on. Um, However, we may be slower over land given all the mountains. Theoretically, if we could make a boat disappear and then leave on land, we could cause some distraction. But I think the best bet is going to be getting away from where we are, because this is where we got dropped off by the prison shuttle. They're going to find it out quickly.
I'm also wondering if we could steal some supplies and whatnot before leaving.
I think it all sounds like good ideas. My character is dumb in this situation, though.
Okay. Let's see if the storage thing has anything worth pilfering.
As you head south, you're able to see into the house just at the base of the hill. And glancing in the windows, you don't see anybody in there. However, it looks like the entire room inside had been ransacked. Chairs overturned, with drawers turned out, almost like somebody was looking for something.
The shreds, you say?
Okay. Well, I'm going to attempt to be sneaky.
And you have a small amount of stealth. You're able to walk quietly, but I wouldn't try sneaking up on anybody. But you can
Yeah,
stay in the
that's
shadows
enough.
pretty well.
Is this door open, ajar, or is it shut?
Uh, it is shut and locked. However, it also looks like the lock has already been jimmied open once and would probably be very easy to open again.
Okay. So before I do that, I'll go back over. Is this how big is this window?
The windows, it looks like all of the windows in town are. No, no, no. Oh, Yuki. Oh, ah, sorry. I need to pause for a second. Yuki just hit the reset button and kicked me out. Anyway, answer to your question, all of the windows in town appear to be approximately standard human size, and so while Sam and Maeve, you would be able to probably squeeze through, Bartholomew, luck, it's not gonna fit for you.
So we need somebody
Okay.
else stealthy.
Meanwhile, back to join screen.
Oh, I seem stealthy
Right.
enough. What do you want me to go looking for?
Hang on a second.
Well, right now I'm looking to see if there's
There we
any kind
go.
of alarm system on the door. I doubt it, but I'm being thorough.
Okay, there we go. I am back in.
Would
All
that
right,
be like a
so you were
check?
investigating. Let's see, open everybody's character sheets
I'm
again.
looking through the window to see if the door has any kind of alarm on it.
Okay,
I
Okay.
doubt it, but I'm trying to
So
be
just kind
cautious.
of
yep.
sneaking around the outside here to look for.
Yep, in your investigations, you determined that this village is about as primitive as it seems. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of modern technology anywhere. Uh, doesn't look like alarm systems. The locks on the door are just old-fashioned deadbolts.
Okay.
I'm gonna take
So then
this
I will
lock.
try to quietly jimmy the door unless Bartholomew wants to do it.
And you are indeed able to smack that handle around sufficiently well that it unlocks for you.
Okay. Anything usable in here? Matches, flint, steel.
Looking around, you are able to find a little bit of food that is. Let's see. I'll drop that in. I'll go ahead and put it on Mafe's sheet here. You are able to find a good meal that will feed the whole party for a day.
Eh,
You find, let's see, where else did I put it? You are able to find a med patch, and you
Oh,
also find an intoxicant, little home bottle of booze. Everybody, go ahead and make a. Let's see, where is the correct? Ba, 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 ba. Everybody, go ahead and make a perception roll.
cool. why.
And once again, Locke's superior nose sniffs around, and you find under a floorboard that apparently whoever ransacked the place did not find. You pop. Oh, don't do it again, please, Yuki. Thank you. You find 2 infiltration charges, basically C4, a Mark 1 and a Mark 2 hidden under the floorboards.
That's not me. I'm staying away from fire this one.
So yes, these are designed for planned installation and detonation. They can be thrown as an improvised explosive, but they are meant for aggressive entry. You suspect, based on your knowledge of the DPRP, that these are very much contraband, hence why they were hidden under the floor, and you suspect whoever or whatever got the crap beaten out of them may or may not have been the resident of this building.
Huh. Potentially their blood trail.
Right, potentially. So we might probably don't want to rescue this individual if they're still alive, or individuals.
Probably don't want to stick around their dwelling very long either. Just saying.
Yep. Bedrolls on the floor or actual beds?
They are some very shoddy beds. It looks like it's made of
Okay.
tree leaves, or not tree leaves, basically just timber lashed together into a bed shape.
Mhm.
It looks like, despite
I grab the
having
blanket.
All right, you got the blankets. See. Track down blankets. And
Do we need to
one
re-roll
blanket.
stealth?
No, you're still able to move amongst the shadows pretty well right now.
Okay. I guess we're gonna go around the sides of this one. Same thing, we're looking for...
Alright, so as you look into the smithy building, you are able to see that while this area is not as ransacked as the neighbors, the building is completely empty. On the table is a stack of paperwork. The fire in the fireplace is slowly burning out. It looks like it might have been left over from very early this morning.
Are we going in, guys?
And that's not supposed to be locked at all.
Oh, it won't let me go over that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yuki, no, 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 please,
Yeah.
thank you.
Go this way, maybe?
Okay, there we go, thank you, baby. Anyway, yes, so the area that Sam is currently standing on is an elevated patio with a bunch of blacksmith's tools lying around. And this door is unlocked.
Do I find anything of use in this room?
In that room, you don't see anything particularly useful. The main area looks like it was something of a very, very poor store display. You see some shields, horseshoes, a lot of very agricultural equipment lying around.
Hey guys, I'll be back in 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay. How about in this
Yep.
room?
And
That
as
is-
you look there, On the table, you find a small map that looks like it was the blacksmith's either trade route or just a personal map that was used for local travel. And go ahead and send everybody to the map, and I will show you.
Well, we're definitely taking it.
And we are going to reveal. And so it looks like this guy has primarily worked along the coast. And oh, Yuki, what did you do? There we go. Okay. Anyway, has predominantly worked along the coastline and seems to have visited a handful of other villages along the waterway. You see, along with the other paperwork, various work orders, information on acquisition of rationed equipment. You see government paperwork that the steel used in this smithy has to go through the local primary city center.
I'm back.
And welcome back. Sam found a map of the smithy, and it looks like he does predominantly coastal trading routes. And then various tax forms and whatnot. You see one book that it looks like this smithy's personal finances, and he's broke. He got nothing. He's basically working paycheck to paycheck.
Did you say this place looked ransacked like the other one?
No, this place seems much, much cleaner. It looks like this guy, if he was part of anything or anything going on here, he either went peacefully or he's in town.
Well, then we should probably leave.
Yep.
In case he comes back. Do we want to go over the bridge?
No, don't do that, Yuki.
I keep
We
thinking.
might want to check out the storehouse first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So,
We
as you
could democratically liberate something potentially.
Yeah, I hear you.
So, as you look at this storehouse, it does not have any windows. There is a little area around back with some animals in it. These animals look very undernourished, underfed, hardly even worth killing for the meat. But, there they are, still somehow alive.
Is the door locked or does it appear to be trapped?
And this door is indeed locked. And could you
So,
please not open the calculator?
I could ask the animals here if they can give us any information.
You do have the ability to speak with animals. You can communicate with any animal type, though it doesn't necessarily make it friendly. If an animal is friendly towards you, it may do you favors. This ability allows you to use Intimidate to bully animals, and you can use any other language-dependent effect against them. So you could try and bluff them, you could be diplomatic about it, you could intimidate them into information.
I just want to offer them some food and ask them what they know about the storehouse and the people around here.
It's alright, would you like to use one of your field rations for that?
That's fine.
Alright, you have done so, and the animals are now friendly and inclined to work with you. And so I presume you are going to be diplomatic about your questioning, so go ahead and roll a diplomacy.
Do I get advantage since they're friendly?
No, no, it's
Uh,
if they were unfriendly, then your difficulty would just be that much harder. And with 15, the animals are, while friendly to you, they are saying that uh, earlier today, very, very early this morning, a group of men came into town and attacked the two buildings just north of where they are staged. They didn't see very much, but it looks like the local smithy and the person that lived in the house neighboring the smithy were ones that were dragged off to the building at the far north end of town. They don't generally understand human language, so they couldn't say exactly why that happened, but not much later in the day, a second group of people came into town and appeared to hold some sort of event or rally or some sort of get together at the Eagles Lodge before departing, and now all of the town seems to be in a generally celebratory mood, except for the three people that were dragged off.
okay. Do they know what's in the storage house?
That's people stuff. Yep, yep.
Okay.
That's where the people stuff gets put.
Is that boat on the water there actually there?
Good lock picking.
Uh, yes, it is, and go ahead with a lockpick. And let's see. We'll call that a sleight of hand.
Alright. I'm gonna thank my friends for the time before I take off.
And very good. It unlocks very easily.
And obviously I relayed everything they told me to my friends.
Yes, the boat on the river is indeed there. And as you walk into the storehouse, there isn't a whole lot of light, but as you look around, you see almost nothing. The food that is here is putrid and rotten, and yet the crates therein appear to be almost brand new, almost as if they were delivered already rotted.
Ew.
We got that shit on deployment quite often.
Ugh. Is
And
there anything of worth? Weapons, rations,
everybody go ahead and make a perception roll. All right, and you find 3 items of use, and you find ammunition or battery packs for some of your weapons. And let's see, pop you in. So you find 2 battery packs. You also find 1 compliance ray. The food that's around here is terrible and just absolutely. I mean, you would have to be the most desperate of desperate if you wanted to take any of it. It's basically a day away from going bad kind of thing.
Did your animal friends eat some of this?
I was just gonna say, I was gonna ask, would the animals like it?
They
Or is
would
it that?
they would probably eat it, yes.
Alright, well then I'm gonna gather what I can and go feed it to my friends.
So All right, so you take some of that outside, and now all of the animals are definitely on your side. They're looking at you. This is more food than they've had in forever.
Oh.
And they eat ravenously of the maggot infested, lovely stuff.
Extra protein.
Well, even the
I'm gonna.
herbivores are enjoying the extra.
They normally do. I'm gonna ask them what they can tell me about the boat, how often anybody goes out to look at it.
The boat, they say that some of the local people use it to primarily go upriver. Uh, they don't ever see this particular boat going out into the big water. And so
Okay.
your interpretation of their animal understanding is that this is primarily a river barge, something that's meant for slower moving currents, not necessarily the bigger rolling waves of inlets and open ocean.
Do they know anything of any of the area outside of town, or do they just know where they've been stuck
Uh,
not
they
eating?
they have been here their whole lives. The amount that they see is the hillsides, the river, looking across to town, and they are able to tell you that generally speaking, the town folks are usually pretty somber and placid, except for a handful, probably only about 4 or 5 of extremely more belligerent types. The sort that like marching around and you know, they don't understand the symbology, but they're the ones that are always putting their hands across their chest and then pointing it straight out and then saying something that sounds like Hail Democracy constantly from these people. However, they are
Hmm.
a minority of the town. Only about a third of the townsfolk are the ones that are really more militant looking.
Do they want to stay in their pen?
They really have no
Really
opinion
have
on
no
that.
opinion on that.
Because I'm thinking if we need a distraction, we set my friends free.
We
Gentlemen.
we can keep that on the back burner.
All right. Well, what do we want to do now? Fair enough.
So, Sam, go ahead and roll a sense motive. And it's all right. As you are talking to the animals, you hear a rustling in the trees behind you, and on the hilltop, you see a shadowy figure moving along the ridge line. Whoever is up there does not appear to have yet spotted you. But this particular person seems like they are wanting to stay out of sight themselves.
I'm going to quietly relay this to my friends, ask the animals to not speak of us having met, and tell them we should probably move.
Move on.
Well, to the bear and my fellow party member. Now, what do we want to do, guys?
So yes, you've got the shadowy figure creeping along the ridgeline just to your south there.
I don't know. This could be an insurrection.
Well, I'm just saying, are we going to hide out? Are we going into town? Are we going to go try to meet that person?
I'm down to meet. What about y'all?
I mean, I am too, but how do we get up there?
I've got a climbing speed. I could go try to intercept.
All right. I'm going to hide out in the tree.
It's all right. Let's go ahead with a. Do you want to make like a dead sprint towards this person, or did you want to approach in a more friendly manner?
I'm going to try to be sneaky but friendly. Not going for intimidation or anything, just trying to get up there unseen first of all, but not threatening.
It's all right. Then go ahead and roll both a stealth and an acrobatics. And as you get that, let's see, let's jump you over. Let's see, did I put a wall there? Okay, I didn't put a wall there. As you come up, let's see how our mysterious stranger fares. The shadowy figure turns around, and you see a woman with white hair poking out from under the hood, and she says, "Take another step and I'll knock you off this whole ridge."
Bear with me here. I don't mean you any harm.
She chuckles as she realizes who says that. Okay. Who are you and what do you want?
I'm Bartholomew, and I just want to get out of here.
So you're not one of the villagers.
Not at all.
Well then how the hell did you get here? This place is supposed to be a secured town.
I could tell you, but then I would have to kill you.
Well, I'd like to see you try, but I think we're on the same side here. Look,
I think we might just be.
I'm looking for a couple of guys that got re-educated earlier today. I'm not sure exactly where they were taken, but I want to try and help them out.
Up on the north side of the river, there's a little blood trail off to the east. I think that might be the direction you're going.
That would make sense. Have you already surveyed the area? What's around it?
It's pretty remote. We didn't want to get too involved. We're not sure on specifics.
Well, I could probably fill you in on a few specifics if you really wanted. Or are you, less knowledge is more?
I mean, we'll take what we can get right now.
Come on, we asked the cows for advice.
It's alright. Everybody go ahead and roll perception. Alright. And Roy, you hang back and kind of stroke your weaponry because you do not trust this person. However, Delian Bartholomew, you are feeling like this person is indeed on the same side as you, if not necessarily by intention, at least in current action. But Roy, you do not trust her in the least. And so she goes on and says that the sweep earlier today was done by government forces from the Department of Education Security, who were coming through town alongside the presidential first daughter, who came in to make a rousing speech. The subject of which was the current ongoing war with the rebel factions in the disputed territories, better known as Freedom and Liberty. She explains that this war has been going on continuously for 30 years, and that recently Democratic forces had assassinated one of the rebel leaders. Now, all three of you know that's Bupkis, because the planets that you are from, you've been watching the Democratic games. You know very well that freedom and liberty are independent states, and that the assassination of the First Minister of Liberty, well, you don't necessarily know that it was or wasn't done by Procyon forces, but the war's over. War ended 30 years ago.
I would have to come out of hiding to ask clarifying questions.
So,
Do I get a sense that her perception of this is because of her time in the DPRP, or is she willingly trying to mislead us?
because of your perception skills, you are able to determine that she is very earnest in what she is saying. You know, so far as you can tell, she believes this 100%.
But after World War II, they had to do island clearing for like the next 2 to 3 decades because there were pockets of soldiers that never believed that the God Emperor surrendered.
Mm-hmm.
This is sounding a lot like that.
Yes, and for Sam's further clarification, uh, she, you get the impression that this entire town, if not this entire region, also believes, as she does, that the war has been continuously raging for 30 years, that the meager rations found in this town are war rations, and that is why there's so few, why it's so bad. All of the good stuff is going to the soldiers on the front line.
She's probably not going to believe us if we tell her otherwise.
You could certainly attempt some diplomacy rolls to try and convince her.
I wouldn't
I've
bother.
got a +8 unless anyone's got better.
I think I
I
got.
only have one charisma based skill, and it's not a nice one.
I have a +8 in diplomacy.
And, yeah, Locke and Sam, both of you have pretty good diplomacy. Locke actually has the better one.
I will attempt to convince her of what's actually going on outside.
And with a 23, she pauses and seems to shift uncomfortably. And she says, "You can't possibly know that. Where are you from?"
Where are we?
You can sufficiently say that you are not from this planet. Whether you choose to say that you've most recently come from the rehabilitation center, that's your choice. But if you want to just say that you're from another world, that is also acceptable.
Probably wouldn't relay that. No, just got out of jail.
Yeah, I'm not going to relay the prison break, but I will relay the off-world.
Bam.
All right. And she is going to go ahead and roll perception. This will be blinded. Alright. She looks you over and notices sticking out of one of your packs the level 3 hat that you had used to escape. And she seems to pull her hood a little more closely over her face and says, "All right. I don't know how you got here, but I believe you. Look, I've got 2 guys that were taken, and I could really use a hand busting them out. Problem is, somebody has the key to some adamantine chains, and I don't know who. Obviously, it's one of the party members, and I've been trying to figure that out, but I don't know which party member. Now, all of them are hanging out at the Eagles Hall, and I'm sure that we might be able to figure out who has the key to get them out, and we'll be able to get them to the rebel camps not far from here. So, I could use your help. And if you do that, I'll take you to the rebel camp as well, because you obviously don't belong here." And Sam, that is one absolute hell of a roll. One off from a critical. Nice.
Do I believe her?
You believe her. What she is saying is true, but you can also tell that she is hiding something. You don't know what, but she is hiding something, and that tug of her hood was your tell. You can't tell what she is hiding, but she's a little bit nervous about it. But she does appear to be on your side and is perfectly willing to help you.
Mission!
Well, then I guess I'm gonna come out of hiding. How do I get up there and join them?
You should be able to just walk straight up, as long as you're not walking through the tree.
Alright. I'm gonna tell her I believe you. What aren't you telling us?
That is not important. Just know I am a friend. And so she...
Like, call her out on what I saw? Are we gonna do it that, gentlemen?
I mean, personally,
Oh.
if it's a thorn in the side of the DPRP, I don't really care. Like, I have half a mind to just go slap a shape charge on the chest of one of these guys and just let it rip.
Oh no, that would be wasteful. But we do
Yes.
have some interesting toys, and
Do we-
they're probably celebrating slash, whatchamacallit.
Yes, they are currently celebrating that their tiny little fishing village was visited by the first daughter today. The most important family member of the esteemed president of the People's Democratic Republic. And she gave a very rousing speech, sold a few war bonds.
Why did she come here?
In Earth terms, she was on a propaganda tour.
Gotcha.
You know, going about rousing the patriotic fervor of the locals, selling war bonds, telling them that
Sure.
their
Yeah.
sacrifices for the good of the nation, for the good of Procyon, all of their sacrifice is truly worth it.
Keeping the
Also,
subjects
had no
mummified while they continue to not do anything that the government is supposed to do.
Yeah, this town is absolutely squalid, so they are getting the absolute wrong end of the worst kind of shaft.
So she had no reaction to two more party members just walking up.
She actually had a very good perception roll earlier today, so she knew there were multiple people in the
Yeah.
trees. However, the initial Bartholomew's initial roll to be friendly, she didn't immediately just skitter off.
Uh,
Mhm.
She
well, then
trusted
Yeah, she
that
rolled
her
like a
back
26.
that your back was being watched, basically.
I guess extending an olive branch for her trust, I'll relay the animal information that I gathered about where these three people are.
All right. She appreciates the gesture of goodwill and says that that northernmost building must indeed be where they're keeping the prisoners. The party members still don't know who has the key to the adamantine chains, but she was in the process of sneaking around to try and look into the Double Eagles Lodge to try and overhear conversations or at least see who might be flaunting, uh, you know, control over the prisoners or really hear anything as best as she could. And so her original plan was to be sneaking along the southern boundary of the town and then to try and find some windows to listen in on.
By the way, what happened to our other jailbreaky?
Oh, I totally left her up on the hill there.
All right, so she didn't wander off.
No, pretend she's been just generally hiding near you.
I can see her
She's
just
not
hanging out
exceptionally.
on the tower and waiting.
You could certainly send her back if I've been too presumptuous for how you wanted to drag her along.
Oh, I got no qualms either way, but I could totally see her staying up there with the sleeping man, just like, I'm gonna wait till y'all are done, because I don't want to go anywhere near this place.
Yeah, she is way out of her depth. Yeah, you can tell that she's not much of a fighter. While she put up certainly a good fight
Yeah.
for the escape, obviously it was, that or die.
All right, so on a long shot, I still have this level 3 hat. I could attempt to throw on a quick disguise, and I would have like 6 minutes that I could potentially just waltz around inside the Double Eagle Lodge and try to pickpocket people.
I mean, I like it. You might want to let our new sort of companion know that just a disguise.
Would you like to let her in on that plan?
Because she wasn't too comfortable seeing the hat. Just saying.
Yeah, I'll pull it out and just be like, well, I've got this. I could attempt to pat a few people down surreptitiously.
Hmm. Well, this is a level 10 town. Normally, level 3s don't come through here, but it has been a very odd day. They might actually believe you. However, a level 3 never goes anywhere without at least a little bit of bodyguards. Do you have anything for the others?
I mean, I look like a bodyguard.
Fair.
Got a couple weapons we could slap on people.
Why doesn't everybody go ahead and make a disguise roll? We'll see how well you can, with the equipment that you have or the equipment that you could rummage up from the storage hall.
Any kind of advantage or whatnot, since we've got prison
Whoever is going to wear the
gear.
level 3 hat will get a +5 to the disguise.
Oh, and that's a 32.
And so I might recommend that Mafe get that, as he has no bonuses to disguise.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I'm just looking like security.
Yeah, we want who's ever got the good diplomacy wearing the hat.
It's all right.
Probably not.
Which is a negative
Probably not.
for me.
Yes, it is. Okay,
Like I
so
said, I
just
have a negative charisma, but I dumped enough into intimidate that I can scare people.
Ow.
despite your absolute best efforts, you just can't get Roy to look the parts. So the mysterious stranger turns to you and says, "Perhaps you should just stick with me. I could use a little bit of backup too."
Or another thought, we put Roy back in prisoner clothes and use him as a prisoner that we're looking for where they took the other people to put him with.
This would
As
be a
long as y'all don't want me
possibility.
to talk.
What?
As long as y'all don't need me to talk, it'll work.
I don't think you would need to talk. Because
I can
didn't
look
we?
angry. That's the only thing I can do. Or I can go with the sneaky chick. I'm good either way.
Well, I'm assuming the sneaky chick is going with us.
Well, you determine that she is wanting to remain hidden. She is still very intent on sneaking around. While she supports your bluff decision, your disguises, she still believes she can gather more information from being sneaky. And you can tell from the way that she's dressed that that's kind of her whole thing.
Okay. Well, what are we doing, gentlemen? Are we gonna sneak around with the sneaky chick?
Somehow I got kicked from the game and have to re-log in, but
Oh,
I'm
weird.
locked out of myself.
Okay, let me try and... Alright, go ahead and reload your page. That should have done it for you.
Maybe. No, I'm not seeing it. Let me open a new tab here.
Right. Alright, so, what was the final plan? You do have disguises sufficient enough to be able to pull off a little subterfuge, with the exception of Roy, so... did you want to go with the prisoner route or with Roy joining Mysterious Stranger?
I mean, as an expert in the stealthful arts, I think Tally and I would be deceiving enough to slip in there, shake a few hands, pick a couple pockets, and slip right out. I think Roy might just be better left in the hands of our sneaky friend.
Okay.
And if we actually do both together, we might provide more of a distraction for Sneaky Friend to find more intel.
All right, so
How
headlong into the lodge.
All right. So
are
the
what?
mysterious stranger, wades into the about waist-high water and carefully crosses. Further up the river, the water is moving too quickly as it moves around the edge, but this area down by the boat seems very placid and calm. And she seems to know that. She very specifically chose the southern end of the river to wade.
Where did you
Okay.
go?
I'll go with her.
There you
By
are.
the well in the middle of town.
So you moved a whole lot
I'm a
faster.
level 3. I own this place. Damn it!
And as you walk into the center of town, you see all of the houses lit up. Seems much more lively as you enter the Double Eagles Lodge. And as you walk in, up on stage, you see a short little skittermander in threadbare, but what perhaps once upon a time was very, very fancy clothes, but has just long since been worn down. And he jumps up and says, "Thank you very much, everybody. I am Kit Meander, and these are Skitterers. And we are spinning your favorite patriotic tunes in honor of the first daughters of Visit." And they go on to play patriotic sounding music. You don't particularly recognize the lyrics, but apparently Yuki does. Okay, you sing, provide background music, thank you. And as you walk in, everybody turns and sees the level 3 hat, and the 5 down on the floor all stand up. They put their arms across their chests and then back out in the Procyon salute. Hail democracy!
I will give a very dismissive hail democracy back. Like, I am clearly better than these people, but I'm doing it out of respect for the government.
And as you do so, the one that had been off to the side comes around and greets you. And, "Sir, we weren't expecting another high-level citizen today. It's truly been an honor. Please, have a drink." And he offers you a table.
I will respond that I am very much appreciative, but I am here on orders, and that I understand they have a prisoner, and I need the keys to their restraints. I don't want to interfere with their festivities, but I must be going quickly.
We weren't expecting you until tomorrow morning, but I understand. If you'll just give me a moment. And he goes into the back room. Moving over onto the outside with Roy and Mysterious Stranger, you see the other party members walk into the main area of the lodge, and you are nearby a window. Inside, you hear 2 men talking initially, and they seem to just be shooting the shit. Man, I can't believe that old fool really did it. Yep, lifelong party member doing his duty. Gonna be moving up in the world. Still, his best friend. I'd do the same to you if you were a returned traitor. That's fair. I'd do the same as well. And the door opens, and the guy that had greeted the rest of the party comes in, says to the 2, "Hey, a level 3 is here. They've come for the prisoners." "Already? Well, that's weird. All right. let's go get them. You don't think that's weird? They were supposed to be here tomorrow morning. I mean, do level 3s make that kind of just impromptu? What are you suggesting? Well, nothing, but I mean, well, who am I to argue with level 3, I guess. All right. Well, let's go. And the three of them walk back out of the room. Roy and Mysterious Stranger overheard that whole conversation.
What's in this room?
Looking in, this is a simple office. You can tell from the various party propaganda on the wall that this place is local party headquarters. A lot of the papers on the table are communiques, dispatches from regional headquarters. You can tell that the person that not only operates the lodge also lives here. I think you can look into the room just next to it as well, and you can see that it is indeed a bedroom, so these back areas are living quarters as well as office. Living quarters and office there.
Mm.
And again, these windows are approximately human size, so the two of you would be able to fit through if you were careful enough.
I am so inclined to do so.
So, alright, go ahead and make an acrobatics roll for me.
Yeah. This one I actually have a little bit in it.
And you did full on cat burglar, got
Holy
through the
shit.
window, beautiful. And you make it successfully into the back room. Sitting
Except
out.
there's a wall.
There we go. I forgot I did the windows with invisible walls. Sitting out on the desk in this private back room, the only door is this one here. It is otherwise completely blocked off. Sitting on the table is a letter that is embossed with the Secretary General of Education Security's seal. And it says that, let me find my notes here, it is said that Citizen Kane is the one with the key, and they are to deliver it to the detachment of guards that will arrive in the morning. And yes, I was punny with names.
Okay. Anything worth taking out of this place?
You do see a chest on the floor, and if you wanted to either beat it open or lockpick it with sleight of hand, you could go with a straight strength or a sleight of hand.
I turned to my companion like, hey, are you good with locks?
Not particularly.
As I point to the chest.
What did I
She
give
said
her?
no.
No. She is. She says that she is good at sneaking around, is skilled in culture and diplomacy, and computer usage. Not that computers are a hell of a lot of use around here.
Nope. All right, I will try to roll anyway. See if I can get this thing open without breaking it.
Nope.
It is a very strong lock, and with that, you are not able to.
Trying for the easy thing. Are there keys lying around?
Go ahead and make a. It's really annoying that there isn't just a straight up investigation. Go ahead and make a straight intelligence check with a +2.
Okay. Yeah.
And your survey of the room, you do not see anything that looks like it would be keys, key ring, or an obvious hiding place.
All right. Anything in this other room worth taking?
A lot of what is on the desk here is really just actuarial reports. Uh, there's a letter saying, giving heads up that the first daughter was going to be coming through today, but generally speaking, no, nothing of exceptional importance here.
All right. We probably overstayed our welcome. Let's get out of here.
Alright, and you are able to crawl back through the window, and we will go back to the main lodge. The three that had gone from the back room now go out to Bartholomew and Tali. And one of them comes up. Hail, democracy! We weren't expecting you until morning. If you'll follow me, I'll lead you to the prisoners.
I will follow on their heels. Very upright, very dignified. A little bit incredulous that they feel like they've got to lead the way.
Alright. And we'll go ahead and pause for a minute. We want to come back to Mysterious Stranger. And she says, if things go south, they're outnumbered. We should probably make our way back to the other side.
Yep.
And they're coming back around. And your earlier friend has good enough sense to remain behind a tree.
While we're walking, do I get a sense of how much of a threat each of these individuals are?
Uh, these guys appear to be the belligerent creatures that the animals were most afraid of. And Tully, you are extremely uneasy. You don't know if they necessarily distrust you, but they're smelling wrong, as it were.
I'm gonna quietly relay that to my companion. Hmm. Which one seems like the leader?
That would be. Seems like this guy is the most in charge.
Well, good. Then we're gonna use this on him if I can figure out how to cast it. Because I'm assuming I can do this discreetly, right?
Detect thoughts. Yes, you are. Alright, and so that's a DC 15 will. He gets no bonus for that.
He
Alright,
failed.
so you are now detecting his thoughts, and this first round, you recognize that he is a thinking being. Next round, you will be able to determine the intelligence score. So yeah, second round. So after his next action, you would be able to continue to try and probe deeper into his mind. But at that point, it would start going up against his own intelligence score.
Alright.
He goes forward and unlocks the door and walks in. He looks around, and as you look in, you see three not quite elderly, but very close to very late middle age men, all chained up. One is unconscious on the bed. This guy here. One is sitting completely unharmed next to him, and just by the door is the most heavily chained orc-looking creature, the orc-looking man, who is sitting dejectedly chained up in straitjacket-looking straitjacket-looking pose. And he turns and, "What do you want?" "These people are here for you." "Right. I'll just go along quietly then." "Damn right you better will, or you will see what we did to your friend over there happen to you, too." Sam, will you continue probing his thoughts?
Sure.
Alright. He rolled poorly.
Very.
Alright, so let's see. This time. Alright. You are continuing to get more and more nervous. He is not saying something. He walks across the room and unchains the old man that was sitting next to the bed. And let's see. Catch back up with Roy back here.
I'm gonna quietly whisper that to my superior in our current situation.
And the two by the door seem to close ranks a little bit. And the leader of the group then turns and says, "You know, I know you're not level 3s. They never visit. Ever. However, because you had been detecting his thoughts, you are not surprised by his sudden and obvious betrayal." Everybody roll for initiative. Oh, crap. Those are the wrong tokens. Was that the order I had them in? Whatever. All right, and let's see. Roy, you outside, you hear the commotion going on, and you see the two villagers that had been joining blocking the door.
I don't want to deal with using any of those just yet.
Each little like square there, how many feet is that?
Let's see. I think I actually have everything to scale. Yeah. So this room is about 20 by 20 ish.
Trying to figure out how far 5 foot is.
About a quarter of the room.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're not gonna like me.
Well, because I have grasping vines. I just don't want my.
All right, they're not looking at me.
No, the three villagers did not see or know anybody was following them.
Okay. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. And
Attach some of that C4 to them and run off.
no, no,
I'm just saying.
I have a force baton. I'm gonna crack this guy upside his head.
Ew, you might want to reroll that.
A 14 would not beat his kinetic AC.
All right. Well, damn it.
If you did want
I
to,
take it
and
down.
actually, you know what? That was a sneak attack. So go ahead and roll again. We'll say that you were rolling with advantage since they did not see you coming.
That's better.
That will hit.
Okay.
All right, and that is 8 burning damage, and let's see, and he is furthermore going to be stunned by that attack.
Better run and hide.
Which brings us to the guy that you just attacked. And since he was just stunned mere seconds ago, we move on to Tally.
Just trying to figure out what I want to do. What does this one do? Nope,
What
that
does
ain't gonna
this
help.
button do?
I'm reading the other. Hmm.
Oh, Yuki, don't do that again, please. Thank you. I don't need you
I don't
shutting down
want
the
to do
world
that one.
quite yet.
Not help. Alright. What is this, the first level? I gotta target him first, right?
Yes.
With a T?
T.
Did do it? There we go.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
Will. Oh, let's click on the right button.
Let's see. Against his Casey, dealing bludgeoning, has knockdown. And you are going to cast that at first level. You could also cast that as a second level if you so chose, I believe, as you do have second level spell slots available.
Sure.
Alright. Then go ahead and roll the attack.
Does this count as flanking?
You're pretty much in front of him.
Fine, alright.
And that definitely hits the unarmored guy.
Oh,
So
didn't know he was unarmed. Roll damage?
He's just wearing regular old clothes. So yes, as a second level spell, this is going to be 4d6.
It gives me the option to click first projectile, second projectile.
Yes, I think that actually is.
Yeah, we'll go click them.
So yeah, that was 4d6. So 8 down. So 8, and that is 13. 13, so that makes 3 there. And it does the knockdown. So he is prone.
I got nowhere to go, so I'm gonna just stand right here.
So, alright. Bartholomew.
Well,
Step on his
Little
head.
Three's never visited before because this just so happens to be a democratic matter of security well above your station. And for that, I'm going to kill you with my bare hands. Will I get advantage since he's... I mean, I don't really need it.
You don't need it, but go ahead and double your damage for the epic pun.
I'll say he is prone, so technically you should have advantage.
And Jesus Christ.
Did you decapitate him?
You come down on him and you pop him like a zit.
Will be my turn.
Dead. Is the door still open, by the way?
The door is still open, and the two villagers outside are, well, the one that isn't on the ground and slightly distracted. This guy, he is going to have to make a little bit of a... Let's see, was that...
Fortitude?
Yeah, I think that's more of a will save, so we'll see how his will goes.
Oh damn.
Okay, while he is extremely saddened and disappointed by the death of his friend, he is now intent to get a little bit of revenge. Locke, would you like to move anywhere before we move on?
I will turn around and put myself in the doorway.
Well, now I can't shoot through it.
I mean, I'm only like 4.5 feet tall. You can shoot over me.
Yeah, just don't roll a 1 and you'd be fine.
Alright.
It's alright. Dead guy doesn't get a turn. And it brings us to this villager here. He perceives the bear to be the bigger threat than the guy that snuck up on them. And he is going to attempt to shoot you with his compliance ray, which is no ammunition. Damn it. Stand by for a second. Reload. There we go. Alright, shooting at the bear.
Does not hit.
It indeed does not. And he is going to now move south into the trees and get a little bit of cover from the foliage. Which does not actually bring us back to Roy. The old man that they had undone the cuffs of suddenly stands up and makes a rush at the bear. And attacks you with what he had. Okay, hold on a tick. Oh, why are you not working? Oh, because I don't have it equipped. There we go. Alright, and he is going to attack Locke. And that would be flanking you. And despite that, I don't think that gets through.
It does not.
13, nope. Nope, but he, as he attacks you, you notice that he had some sort of energy gauntlets hidden on him. But he just kind of bounces off you. Now we are back to Roy.
The hell, this guy did not go run away from me. Do. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll do the charged attack.
Alright.
Which gives me no penalties for charging up. And I can make 2 attacks instead of 1 with a -4 to both of them.
Beautiful.
It's gone.
Really? I don't think that was gonna fit in your mouth.
I think I tried.
It's just not her feeding day.
She don't care.
It's not her feeding day.
It's
Oh,
dead.
actually, that will do. I'll just click on this button here to give me the -4.
And that still makes it through.
And there's the second one.
As does that one.
All right, I'm gonna beat some compliance into this mofo.
And 7, 12. And he is burnt. Burning. He's gonna have to put out a couple of spot fires.
Isn't the other one
He also
burned?
gets
Yeah,
stuck.
frankly, I realize that guy should be burning too, so. There we go. Alright, and that would have been your full movement there.
Yep.
So you two are engaged. The guy that you originally attacked now has the opportunity to, having already stopped and dropped, he is now going to roll and get back to his feet, but that will be
His turn.
Why are you not? Okay, the icon isn't turning off, but he's not burning anymore.
What's bigger than your head is?
Did you
Okay,
take it?
it's not letting me remove it. Whatever. Okay, and we are back to Dolly.
Like that.
You have the old man that did a surprise attack on your bear friend in the room with you.
Hmm.
Sam, go
Maybe we
ahead
should.
and roll a perception check.
I was thinking sense motive.
You'll still have your normal actions. This is basically just passive perception here. It's alright. As you were paying attention to things earlier, when you heard the guy that was leading you into the room unlocking the chains of this old man, he was extremely deferential and referred to this old man as Citizen Kane.
Well, that really means because I didn't pay attention in history class, but
Well, in this particular case, Roy would have the knowledge of the significance of Citizen Kane, but you two have not yet had the opportunity to meet up, so while you know his name, you don't know his purpose. Roy, on the other hand, knows his purpose, that he's the one with the key, but doesn't know who it is yet.
so a sense. If I use sense motive, is that an action?
That would be your action, yes. And since you had already been concentrating, I will go ahead and if you can make a DC 20 check, we'll just go ahead and skip straight to surface thoughts.
Yeah, but the person I was thinking about was dead. So I don't think that
I'll
counts.
just say you're currently in guru mode. You got your chakras open and you're willing to see into the deeper light of the universe. A DC 20 and we'll do surface thoughts rather than going through the whole rigmarole.
What do you want me to roll? A 20?
It will still be the sense motive roll, whatever that is.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Normal or with advantage since I'm already in it?
Just normal. You got a plus 11. You got to fuck up pretty
Right.
good to not. You got to fuck up pretty good.
We're gonna use our reroll. Oh, you said it.
I really shouldn't have cursed that.
Yeah.
Alright, so as you sense motive, you determine that his surface thought is that he needs to get the hell out of there and protect the keys. Because he wants to protect these prisoners. Because he's getting a promotion for turning these criminals in.
Well, then I'm gonna yell to Bartholomew that he's got the keys.
Barbar. You think he's a barbarian? A barbarian?
Bartholomew, right?
No, you got his name right eventually.
Yeah, anyway. Gonna yell at him. He's got the keys behind you. And that's basically all I can do.
It's alright, which will. Whoops. That was the wrong one. That was. There we go. And we are on to luck.
Well, it looks like the guy who ran is being dealt with, and the guy who just tried to attack me, I am now aware, is not just panicking. So he's now my target. We're going to swing at him with these bare hands.
Ouch.
And you smack him something good.
You got two hands. You
15.
get two rolls.
And this old man, he did not have a whole lot of hit points, so he is knocked out cold. He is not dead. He is now on the ground and unconscious.
I will make a triumphant roar, and that is my turn. I will clear the doorway and step outside, though.
All right. Please make an intimidate roll.
There we go.
And this guy is, with that loud roar, both of the remaining villagers are shaken. They will be rolling with disadvantage. And let's see. Let's go ahead and remove you from combat. Remove you from combat. Which brings us to man hiding in the trees going against Roy. And he is going to attempt to stab you.
Nope.
Indeed not. He's going to move around and make sure that he is at least trying to stay hidden from you as we move on to you, Roy.
And where do you think you're going, pussy? I'm talking to you, punk. All right, we'll just beat your ass.
Yeah. And that does not get him, and he ducks behind a tree and says,
No, no. Now I'm mad. Yeah, I'm gonna use my reroll for that one.
"Is that all right?" And not much better, and that does not beat his KAC. So as he ducks behind another branch and says, "You rebels will never get the Secretary General." He thinks you're part of the
War
rebel
ended 30
groups.
years ago, bucko.
Lies! Undemocratic lies! Go back to the other villager, and although shaken, he's going to attempt to attack Bartholomew with his compliance ray at disadvantage. And 12, that just barely misses. And so this guy, he's feeling the better part of valor right now, and so he's just gonna run. He knows when he's lost. And we are back to Sam. Unconscious man on the floor, remaining villager in the trees.
I'm gonna step over and I don't know. Is it pickpocket? Do I see the keys? Can I just take them off?
He is very unconscious, so you have the opportunity to rummage through his pockets.
What do I roll for that?
Go ahead and give me a perception roll for you to be able to determine the correct key. You do not find the key this round.
Well, I'm just gonna stand here then. Can't do anything else.
You will continue rummaging through his pockets.
Right.
And we're
16 feet to get to there. Oh, he's well within range. He's getting swiped.
And that matches, so you get to roll damage. And 13 slashing. he is now bleeding. Alright, he is very demoralized at the moment.
Where's our little sneaky friend? She's not bothering to help.
No, she is not. All three of you go ahead and make a, let's see, sense motive roll. Alright. So, Roy, your earlier misgivings from when you first met are now slowly dissipating. Your adventure together down at the south end of the Eagles Hall provided a little bit of confidence, and so while you don't necessarily trust her, you are definitely thinking that she's not the bad sort. You other two look over and you see her watching, and even though she is wearing a mask, you can tell that she almost seems surprised at your prowess. She didn't think that anybody would actually be able to take these guys on, and she is appearing pleasantly surprised. She is not joining the fight, and you can tell that she is almost adverse to fighting, but she seems to be quite happy about what she is saying. Which probably brings us to this villager's last stand as he attempts to stab Roy. And he will not be Kilroy today. Let me see. This guy needs to roll a dexterity. And he sucks. His knife lodges in the tree that he was hiding behind. We'll just call that confused. Because he will need a turn to unstickify his knife. Or abandon it. Roy.
Well, I'm going to help him out with that because I'm going to bring this baton down on his arms while he's trying to deal with the knife.
Alright, and
Or no, I'm not.
the 11 does not get it. He is managing to use the tree branches around him to dodge quite successfully.
Oh.
And this guy is going to attempt to continue to run away. Why are you not? Oh, that would help. Because he's getting the crap beat out of him. And he is going to bleed out a little bit. And we are back to Tali.
What was that? A perception check?
It was perception, yes indeed. Much better. You successfully find the keys, and you do have the opportunity to unleash one of the guys at this point. You can either pick the straight-jacketed orc or the unconscious guy in the bed.
Can I attack the guy that I took the keys from?
If you want to kick a man while he's down and unconscious, certainly. I will not stop you from that. Coincidentally, you will have advantage as he's not exactly dodging.
I just stomp on his head? What do I roll for that?
What would you roll for that? I guess it would be an unarmed strike with advantage.
Where do I find unarmed strike? Where?
It's the very first one. You don't have it equipped right now, so
Oh, okay.
there you go. Should have the +6 to the attack. All right, and he's not resisting. So you
Roll damage.
no need. He dead.
Okay.
I mean, he was literally helpless on the ground. So the orc just kind of looks over at you, and he isn't sure who to be more scared of, the people that got him this morning or you.
Well, for the moment, they're stuck there. I'm just gonna put the keys on my person and step out the door and get a visual on my people.
All right. Which then would bring us back to Locke.
We've got prey drive, so someone is getting a new asshole, literally.
And at 16, you will be ripping him a new one. And
It's a grisly scene.
with that, he collapses to the ground. You know, still alive, but now he is cowering. And this guy is going to just abandon his knife. See, go away and attempt to shoot Roy with his compliance ray.
Did you have to pull it out?
It's basically a quick action.
Mm.
If it were a huge ass rifle, I might say otherwise, but this is basically just a little pistol. And 18 against you. Wait, no. He's.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Let's see. Did that hit? Sorry. It does.
Yep.
Okay. So. Non lethal, not that it would matter at this early stage, but that is 4. And with the flash damage of that, you'll be rolling at disadvantage next round from just a dazzled effect from the flash. And he abandoned his knife, so that no longer matters. But he is still having to deal with the burn, because he has not dealt with that. He's had more important things to focus on. And he remains hidden amongst the trees, right alongside you, Roy.
All right, well. We're still going after him.
Alright, and even with the disadvantage, that still gets him. And That's.
I done told you that ain't
Whoops.
propaganda. As I'm just beating on him.
And as you keep beating him, he is now stunned and staggering. He's going to have one hell of a time trying to hit you again. Which brings us up to the other nearly dead and cowering guy, and he yells out, "For democracy!" as he tries stabbing the bear above him. And that really should have been with disadvantage, so let's roll that again. Hey! As he stabs up,
Put his own
he stabs into the tree that he's cowering under and breaks his knife. He just looks up and gives you one of those, oh shit smiles. Sam.
Can I see this dude in the trees?
He is very well hidden from your position. You can, but you would be rolling at disadvantage to try and hit him, with the potential of hitting Roy.
Let me see if I have anything that makes sense.
Is there anybody left alive in that place where we went to go get the prisoners?
Only the prisoners.
I mean, if I recall, we locked a number of the guards with the prisoners in the prison, so there was a whole mess that could have happened.
Mm.
Does a person count as an object?
In what context are you thinking?
Psychokinetic tanned? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I am not seeing that. As small objects, you can kind of do, force push, force pull kind of things with that. But more complex operations are not possible. You can shut a door, move a lid, work simple buttons. In fact, that would have been useful last time around.
Gosh, it doesn't seem like any of my other spells are gonna help here. Um, is Roy hurt?
Nah.
No, nobody, none
A
of the
little
villagers
bit.
have managed to get you. This town's poverty has clearly affected the strength of these villagers, because they are definitely not fighting like they really should be if they were hale and healthy.
Alright, well, I'm going to try to target the
So, alrighty.
with days.
Been dazed and confused for so long. DC 14 will. And he is able to resist. That democratic propaganda has really bolstered him. He does not believe your rebellious lies and your mind-probing witchery.
Turn.
And Bartholomew, the guy
Get
is under you. He is
Oh, God.
cowering.
Put in there.
I sucked it out.
Well, barely moving is still moving, so we're gonna attack him again.
Just like how you partner.
And that matches his KAC. And he is no longer moving.
And I will triumphantly come back 50 feet this way.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought you had a little bit more than that, but I guess it was. So, alright, as you round the corner, you see that only the one villager is remaining, and he and Roy are sort of doing a crouching tigers, hidden dragons sort of thing amongst the leaves. Although this guy, lacking a knife, he's attempting to shoot.
Yeah.
Very
Just
poorly, because he sucks.
Right.
With disadvantage.
Yep, forgot that disadvantage button again.
That's okay.
Exact same
Apparently,
thing.
he can hit with disadvantage as well.
It's alright, and that does manage to actually hit this time. Another 4. And that is going against your stamina there.
Ah. So,
Done.
ah.
There we go. Okay. Alright. And let's see. Those two, he's still not operating at full force. He's still a little bit toasty.
So, what are the chances him burning catches any of that foliage on fire?
I'll call it 50-50. I hadn't really thought about it. Sam, since you ask, give me odd or even.
Even.
Alright, if it's even, the foliage does not catch on fire. If odd, things start burning. Things start burning.
Uh-oh.
Later. This ball.
Alright, if we stay in this tree, we are going to have to make a reflex save to not get burnt.
Cheap shit.
Which I will go ahead and start, since we are still on Villager's turn. And he does not hit the 15 needed to avoid that. And so we'll take an additional 1. Which now takes us to Roy. We are now moving into the red scenes of the movie Hero. Which, if you haven't seen, is gorgeous. Truly cinema.
I don't think I have seen that one.
Oh, it's old style, early aughts, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon style, but the way that they tell the story is done in such a cinematographic way that it's just beautiful. And a 9 will not hit.
No, that's
Wait,
the
that.
reflex.
Yep, that is the reflex. We are looking for a 15, and so that will be a 1d4.
Okay.
And so that's going to be 3 damage against you from the burning. Well, against your stamina, of course. And
Okay.
your attack roll does indeed hit. And 6. And I am going to go ahead and stack that burning. So next time he rolls for a burn, he's getting toasty from both sides now. And gonna stay in the trees there.
No, I'm gonna step out and we'll see where he goes.
All right. Let's go ahead and remove him from combat.
Try
And
Dave
so
again.
we are on to Tali. All right, and DC 14. And he just barely does not get it.
It's actually both with
And
shot
dazed and confused.
it is
Well,
double.
mostly just dazed. But he's gonna get a little bit toasty because he's dazed in the middle of a forest fire.
That was the point.
Going to stay at that position?
Me?
Yep, you.
I'm not in the fire, right?
You are not.
Yeah, then I'm gonna stand right here.
It's alright. Then we are on to Locke.
Well, there's a toy still alive and well lit, so I'm going to charge in and swipe at him.
Alright. Go ahead and also please make a reflex save for dodging flames. Alright, you safely navigate into the bush. That's what she said.
Shouldn't he be rolling with advantage since I have him dazed?
No, that's
th-
the
Yeah, that's mostly
Yes.
affecting
Fire.
me.
I am going to use my reroll for the night.
Very good. Everybody has used theirs up, I do believe. And that one, let's see, what did I actually have this guy's? Oh, that misses by 1.
Oh,
So
all right. Well, then I will
you
duck out of the
swipe
bush
at
just a
him,
little bit.
and his dazed ass looks at the bear claw marks on the tree trunk next to him. And he's like, holy democracy. And he ain't doing much, except cooking a little bit. And he stumbles his way out of the tree, and let's see, he is going to be on the ground. Where is, there we go, prone. Roy.
He's on the ground.
He is indeed.
Grab him. And now I'm mad.
Is he still on fire? Do you really want to grab him?
He is
Yep.
still smoldering.
Fuck is this shit? What's it called a plane?
So yeah, I grab him and he goes back into the flame.
All right, go ahead and give me a athletics roll for chucking him back in. You are successfully able to do so. Go ahead and also roll the damage for an unarmed attack.
Okay.
And as you throw him into the fire, you hear him yell out, and then silence. And the three that had escorted you up here are now no more. And the old man that had the keys is also examining the bottom of Sam's shoe.
I have the
I
keys.
will step back into the shack and then stand up on my hind legs, looking very concerned about all of the blood that is all over me.
The orc looks up and, hail democracy? Whose side are you on?
The side of democratically relieving those guys of breath.
The masked figure comes to the door and says, "Well, that was certainly something. And these are the two I was looking for. This guy on the floor, he's the one that turned him in. So, wow. We should probably be getting out of here. I know a cave system just out of town that will take us way the hell away from here. Y'all want to come with?"
I like caves.
Yes. I check the dead guy's pockets to see if he's got anything useful on him, like coin or whatever.
The villager and the Citizen Kane guy that was in here had nothing on them. The guy that wound up in the fire, if he did have anything on him, is now gone. And the guy that Locke beat up all the way outside, he had a compliance ray, battery pack, and just some casual clothing on him. I think all of you have decent clothing now. Yeah, you all have everyday clothing. The compliance ray would be new to Tally if she wanted it. Yeah, she's the only one without a distance weapon.
Sure.
And battery, where are you, battery? Here we are. Alright, so Tally now has that. Not that with her magic she necessarily needs it, but, you know, just in case shit happens. Alright, so the mysterious stranger says, "Alright, let's go. Do you have everything, and is your whole party here?"
Did our other person show up?
The mystic has been hiding in the trees distant back where you originally came in. She's been quite far away. If you really wanted to abandon her, she probably wouldn't even notice.
Well, then I think we'll tell her we've got one other person. And does she want me to unshackle with my keys these prisoners?
These guys are good, solid rebels. The unconscious one, he'll be a bit of a burden, but, you know, he was still part of it.
So you don't want me to unshackle him?
You guys are the rebels at this point. So if you
I imagine I could take the unconscious one over my back fairly easily as a bear. But before I do that, I would like to divest myself of the DPRP level 3 hat and make sure it thoroughly is destroyed in fire.
Alright, you toss it into the flames that had been set on fire from the tree. You reconnect with Kashana and... Oops, let's get y'all out of the fire there. You reconnect. The area that they had been held in is just nothing of interest there. It was abandoned long, long, long ago. And they... The masked stranger leads you to a hidden cave system, and that is where we will pause for today and pick up next time around. And I don't have all the tokens on this page. Oh well. Anyway, so that's where we'll go ahead and pause for today. You are on the outskirts of the fishing village, and you are heading northward. The cave will pop you out on the far side of the inlet. And next time around, we will be traversing that cave and whatever I invent on the other side of said cave.
All right, sounds good.